Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a quick lesson, going into some information on this doomsday clock, that apparently has been moved, 90 seconds to midnight. And, this just gives credence to, evil Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He knows that he has an end. You see, this man knows that he has an end. All right, this man has done numerous research and studies on past kingdoms, and he understands that, without a drastic, technological advancement, there's no way that he can exist forever. You see? He knows that he's running out of time. And this is why this man is striving, to crown his fourth industrial revolution, which is going to consist of a technocracy, okay, which is going to consist of transhumanism and efforts for this man to create a synthetic immortality, but ultimately the beautiful thing about it is that, this doomsday clock that they're, watching so closely, ultimately the day of doom and Esau's end, go hand in hand. And as this man pursues a diabolical agenda to create chaos and make himself seem like a hero, to bring order, ultimately all he's doing is bringing on his own demise. You see, because ultimately he's not doing anything he's not supposed to be doing. Everything Evil E is doing, he's working in perfect order. You see, from his man-made famine he's creating by holding back the ships and killing off crops and animals, livestock, so on and so forth. To this cyber attack that he's going to fabricate. All these things are the works of the Lord. You see, because ultimately we can prove that when you go to let's start here. Lord willing, this will be edifying to you, Akiyam and Akwath. I do have a very short video, and Lord willing, an article we can touch on very briefly. Going into the signs of the times, man. And it's looking like Evil E's, closer to the end, than he's ever been. And the kingdom of heaven is closer, than it's ever been. Lord willing, we can endure until the end. All right, now this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, and verse 1, giving credence that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is not in control. Okay, he's moving by the beat of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The book of Proverbs, chapter 21, and verse 1, and it reads, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord." And again, that word heart in the Hebrew is the word lab, which goes into your mind. You see, so the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. And Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the king of the earth in this present time. See, the Edomites are in rulership right now. All right? And their mind is in control of the Lord's controlling their mind. You see, it's in the hand of the Lord. Right? As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So everything that these damn devils are doing is being ordained by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, whether they know it or believe it or not. That's the case. It's written. And the only reason why they're in power is because of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But their time is coming to an end, and the scepter is about to be stripped from this devil's hand. Now let's go here. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras. chapter 7. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7. Now, this is when Esdras was, let me see. He was having counsel with, I believe, the angel Uriel. Right? The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 43, and it reads, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time." Whose time? Esau's time. "And the beginning of the immortality for to come," the time of Jacob, "wherein corruption is past," right? Because in the time of Jacob is going to be the time of immortality for the Israelites. And you heathen are going to be placed underneath the feet of Yasha Allah, where you belong. See, but the end of this time is the end of Esau's time. The day of doom and the end of Esau go hand in hand. As a matter of fact, let's go get this real quick. Let me jump back a chapter. Bear with me. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and verse 7, and it reads, now, Esdras is inquiring of the end. And this is the same spirit we're in, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down to us like-minded men. Because we understand, with this devil being in rulership, we're at the bottom. We need this man to fall. We need his rulership to come to an end. And the only way that's going to happen is through destruction. It's the only way. This place must be turned upside down, so we need the destruction to come. But here it is. Esdras is inquiring of the end. And this is the same spirit all of our righteous forefathers were in. They were always inquiring of the end of the heathen, reigning over us. Right? The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and verse 7, and it reads, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hail of Esau." Here it is. You have Jacob and Esau being spoken of in the Apocrypha. Right? Giving credence of the relevance of the Apocrypha. And why it's critically important to read this history that's inside of it. Not to mention the Greek captivity in the book of First Maccabees. You see, with that information, it links, the New Testament and those Gentiles spoken of in the New Testament perfectly, so you can understand who those Gentiles are. It's very important to have an Apocrypha. If you have a 1611 King James Bible, it's going to be in it. It's going to be between Malachi and Matthew. But needless to say, the point I want to make here is that Jacob's hand held first the hand of Esau, held first the hail of Esau, right? And through the Spirit, we're doing that now. Every time a digital epistle goes up, a live stream, right? Every time we testify against this damn devil, right? And cry out to the Lord, right? For the abominations that he's doing, his atrocities that he's committed upon our people, how he's afflicting us, right? How he's greatly offended and forwarded our affliction. Hey, he's being dragged down more and more and more. And the phone chimed in. And it's only a matter of time before our big brother Yahweh Shai cracks these clouds, man. But prior to that, great, great, great trouble must come. In the form of Jacob's trouble. See, the day of doom is going to come with a lot of death and destruction. But that's what's necessary in order for the kingdom to be erected. Right, let's continue on. "For Esau is the end of the world." You see, Esau is the end of the world. The end of a time, the end of an eon, the end of his time. Right, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's going to be the time of immortality. Right, the time of truth. And this damn devil knows that. And this is why this damn demon has a doomsday clock. Now let's go get this now real quick. Let's get this quick clip real quick.
This is Dabu 7. We now have the members of this Science and Security Board removing the veil here that covers the doomsday clock, and they are revealing that it has now been set to 90 seconds to midnight. This is the closest that it has ever been to what they want to call annihilation. Now, there seems to always be several factors that tie into this. And many of the last times that they've made these adjustments, they have been citing world events, like all the lockdowns and stuff that we went through. And now, above all the other war fronts, they're citing the Ukraine. This comes at the end of a week after we've heard calls out of Russia for either peace talks or there's going to be nuclear war. We've even had the patriarch of their main church out of Russia come out and say that the end of the world is right around the corner, especially if they keep pressing us on this Ukraine thing. Now, the world is a stage, and all these theaters are exactly that, theaters of war. One thing's for sure, innocent people get caught up in the crossfire and are in turn made cannon fodder in these events. We've seen it left and right. Remember, they have a goal of reducing the population by billions. So there's going to have to be some big time events coming. Also remember, this is the year of the poly crisis. As the World Economic Forum puts it, that means there's going to be multiple crises unraveling this year. What do we have coming right around the corner? Brought to you by all these minions. Join me on the live shows Monday and Friday where I break this down further, censorship free. And if you want to join us in the flesh, email me, dabu7@yahoo.
And that's the beauty of having the spirit of prophecy, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because, a lot of these individuals, like Dabu 7, they're bringing out information, but they lack the understanding of prophecy. See, we understand that what's going on in Ukraine and, World War III, the third woe, that's not coming yet. But what is coming is famine, pestilence, teeth of wild beasts, death and destruction, and that micro CHIP. That's what's coming. That's first on the list. See, the third woe is going to be the last thing the trigger pursuing the biblical prophecy. And as far as events are concerned, they openly said that within the next few years there's going to be a cyber attack, a cyber event. They openly spoke about this at the last World Economic Forum over in Davos, man. And, as a matter of fact, I have that article we can get into real briefly. We might as well touch on it now, right? Right, and this is from Natural News. And it's dated January 24th, 2023. Fresh off the press. This is today. Okay? And the title reads, WEF panelists predict catastrophic cyber event in near future. You see, and you better believe that it's going to be self-inflicted. All right, these devils are going to intentionally pause the world in efforts to create chaos, to bring in the order. To have you people begging for that micro CHIP. Because this is what this thing boils down to, and the phone chimed in. You see, ultimately, they want to get inside you with that technology, man. See? They got to put you in a desperate condition to where the majority of you people are gonna fold, man. Just like how the majority of you folded to that juice you were so reluctant not to take. Until they started threatening your job, your livelihood, your freedom. You people folded like a gas station t-shirt, like the beloved brother Yashamaf says. So, only the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua can keep us from that saith, pursuing the Revelations 3 and 10. So for those of you out there that say, oh, I won't take that. There's always somebody coming by the camp. When we bring this out at camp, there'll be individuals that say, I won't take that. I'm not doing that. No, the only way you won't do it is if Yahweh Shai defends you from it. Because what's it say? Let's go get it real quick before we get into this article. That's just the spirit. I just want to get into this real quick. Again, going back into, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai being in full control. This is his movie. Remember, we're dealing with the Father of spirits. All spirits are his, man. There's no do as thy wilt. If your destiny is to take this CHIP, this micro CHIP, the mark of the BEAST, you're going to take it. The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10, and it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. You see, and this is when you're going to be offered that idol, right? That micro CHIP, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Each and every one of us are going to have our own hour of temptation. Now, is it going to be a complete hour? No. It's going to be a moment of straight, man. It's going to be a moment where you're going to have to make a choice. See? And it's going to be punishable by death. To refuse, man. You're going to be ostracized from this man's system if you refuse to take that thing. Now, let's go back to the point. Right? Now, I say all that to say this. This catastrophic cyber event is gonna help influence you people to do it. Because what's this gonna bring on? Famine. If the grid goes down, how are you gonna keep your food cold? Unless you have enough non-perishables to get you by for years on end, you're out of there. Not even years on end, months on end. If you don't have enough non-perishables to get you by for months on end, you're through. Even weeks. You're going to starve out after a week or so. Right, let's get into this article. You people are going to be forced to go get this thing. Unless the Spirit of the Lord is with you, man. Right? Now let's get into this, right? Let me see. Let's read this title again. WEF. This is from Natural News. All right, January 24th, 2023. WEF predict catastrophic cyber event in near future. Right? And it reads, if you listen closely enough, the globalist power brokers who attend the annual WEF event tells you what's in store for the planet. And some panelists dropped a huge hint at the last WEF confab last week in Davos, Switzerland. Specifically, a group of panel members predicted that the world will face a catastrophic cyber event within the next 2 years. You see, that's 2025. This is what they're predicting. A clip of Jeremy Jurgens, WEF's managing director and head of the Center of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, revealed what the globalist deep state has in store for the peons in the near future, claiming to base the remarks on the results of his organization's Global Security Outlook Report 2023, according to the outlet Valiant News. And that's just how they're dressing it up. You see, this is how they're dressing it up, because they have to have some form of, a story. They got to have a story, an alibi. How they like to paint up boogeymen, when it comes to their global terrorism. These damn devils, right? So this is the same idea, right? They have to have an alibi, right? This is their alibi. But we understand what's truly going on here, right? Translation: the globalists can't get the persons to give up their modern lives fast enough with scare tactics like global warming and climate change. So they will crash the grid and individual economies to drive the masses into slavery by force. And ultimately, you're going to be forced to take that thing, that micro CHIP. See, you're starving out. You're going if you're told if you take this thing, you can buy food, you can move around, life can go back to normal. You're gonna go get it. If the Spirit of the Lord is not dealing with you, you're gonna go get it. You're gonna go get marked for destruction. You're gonna sign that dotted line to join the second death. Right? We're here today to share. Now this is quote. Right? This is this devil Jeremy Jergen speaking. Right? Quote. We're here today to share the findings of the World Economic Forum's Global Security Outlook Report 2023, Jergens noted. According to the outlet, the most striking finding that we found is that 93% of cyber leaders and 86% of business leaders believe that the geopolitical instability makes a catastrophic cyber event likely in the next 2 years. And that's just their story. That's just their alibi. Right? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, right? The report examines the cybersecurity trends that will impact our economies and societies in the year to come, while it describes how businesses should be more prepared to face potential cyber. And I'm saying that because I'm not just speaking, out of my ass here. These damn devils are shooting laser rays up into Mars, man. How much strain does that take? How much electrical capacity does that take, man? Here it is, you can shoot rays up to Mars. I believe it was Mars, if I'm correct, or was it the moon? Either way, they're shooting laser rays up into space, man. Hey, they're also they have a diabolical device where they can actually direct lightning. And what kind of stress is that putting on the grid? See, so none of their stories add up, man. See. This is why I say what I say that's why I say what I say, right? The report examines the cybersecurity trends that will impact our economies and societies in the year to come, while it describes how businesses should be more prepared to face potential cyber threats. In addition, the report recommends an increase in hiring cyber experts based on diversity and inclusion as a broad solution. Let's get a little bit more. These people are not serious when they instruct companies to focus on diversity and inclusion to beef up their cybersecurity rather than education, training, experience, and demonstrated competence, which means they are going to trigger the cyber event, which makes perfect sense, right? Cyber talent recruitment and retention continues to be a key challenge for managing cyber resilience. A broad solution to increase the supply of cyber professionals is to expand and promote inclusion and diversity experts in an exclusive summary. The report says, let me see, do I want any more of this? I'll get this last paragraph here to make the point. It should be noted that this upcoming event has been planned for some time, right? As the organization has been warning the world for years about the increasing likelihood of a devastating cyber attacks. See? WEF found that now it's time for them to strike because they know they're running out of time. Time is ticking. They got to make a move and they got to make it quick. WEF founder Klaus Schwab informed attendees and viewers 2 years ago that a frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack would bring to a complete halt to the power supply. You see, this is their alibi, right? Transportation, hospital, services, our society as a whole, right? The world will be on pause, right? Creating what? All hell breaking loose. All hell is going to completely break loose when this happens. Because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because this is going to be the build-up to the day of doom that they're bringing upon themselves ever so swiftly. Now let's get this word. Doom real quick. Doom, death, destruction, or some other terrible fate. You see it? destruction, downfall, ruin, catastrophe, disaster, annihilation, death, and termination. Hey, and this is what's necessary in order for the kingdom of heaven to be heralded in. Let's get this real quick. Let's go back to the book of 2nd Esdras, the 4th chapter. And the 28th verse, and it reads, "But concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come." And we can clearly see that the evil is sown. Just look around you. You can't even tell a man from a woman or a woman from a man as far as this alphabet community is concerned. Complete confusion. Here it is, kids can change their sex, man. That's wicked. Okay, all manners of wickedness is going on in real time. Right, this is Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai left Sodom and Gomorrah as an example to not be. You know, Sodom and Gomorrah was left as an example for those to consider. And what do you think Evil E did? Evil E turned right around and did worse. Okay? Did worse. All manners of wickedness and evil is being sown in real time. But there's a penalty for that. There's a penalty for that. Because our power, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, is going to answer you devils, okay, with destruction. That's how you're going to be answered. For all your wickedness that you've done and that you're doing and that you're going to do, you're going to be answered by the highest power conceivable in His only begotten Son by the means of destruction. And it's only a matter of time. We can prove it. Let's go to what's that? Job, the 21st chapter. Right? And it reads, the book of Job, chapter 21. The book of Job, chapter 21. And I'll start at verse 29. It reads, right? "Have ye not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens?" Right? Who goes by the way? The men of the Lord. The men you see on the highways and byways, pushing this word and this true veracity in the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, leaving no stones unturned. All right, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down to us like-minded men. Okay? And that's a token in itself, which is a sign. All right, the men of the Lord are on the scene. That's a sign. And it's not a good one. That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. You see, the wicked are reserved. Starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, pursuing in the book of Malachi, the 1st chapter. He is the wicked. Yeah, and the rest of you heathen and 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are joined unto him doing wickedly. So guess what? You're going to take part in the destruction written. Right? That second death. You're going to be part of it. Right? They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. See? You're going to be brought forth. There's no escape. There's no riding off into the sunset. Right? For you damn demons, after all the wickedness that you have done. Killing on Israel, man, like the way you have. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? Destroying the earth. terrorizing the planet Earth, man. You've terrorized the planet Earth. You're not going to get away with that. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're here to tell you that. Right? The book of Job, chapter 21 and verse 31. Who shall declare his way to his face, the men of the Lord? And who shall repay him what he hath done? Yahweh Shai. And he's on his way. He's on his way. And the signs are clear. It's evident that he's on his way. It's clear. And it's only a matter of time before he cracks these clouds, man. Let's go back to 2nd Esdras. I didn't finish that in 2nd Esdras 7. I wanted to finish that. I wanted to get more of that. Right, the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 7. Right, let's read verse 43 again. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, right? The end of evil E's time. And the beginning of the immortality to come, the time of Jacob, wherein corruption is past, and temperance is at an end, and fidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up, right? And this is the energy that's going to be on the planet Earth during the time of Jacob, the eon of Jacob. You see? With Yahweh Shai leading the charge, right? King David under him, the 12 disciples, and the 144,000 men who stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai on this side. That's going to make up the governing body, and it's going to be all righteous. All righteousness. And remember, scripture says, what's that? Is that Sirach 10? Right? The way the king is, so are the people. So the energy that the rulers of the earth put out, that's going to be the energy of the earth and the people on it. Just take a glance at the earth now and the energy that's on it. It's a wicked, evil vibration, perverse, diabolical, abominable, blasphemous vibration, because that's the way of the rulers, man. When the wicked are in 30, the people mourn. But when the righteous bears rule, the people rejoice. And this is the time we're coming into. Let's continue on. Right? Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, right? Evil E. Nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory. Yasha Allah. Yasha Allah. And we're going to get the victory over the beast by the blood of the Lamb. See, at the end of this thing, Israel wins. We know who's going to get the victory. The saints are going to win, starting with the elect. As a matter of fact, let's go here. Let's close out here if the Spirit allows. The book of Revelations, chapter 15. And I'll start at verse 2, right? And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, see? And over the number of his name, 666, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, see? That sea of glass mingled with fire is, Lord willing, that's us standing in the chariots looking down and seeing America burning, man. Lord willing, we're those men. Lord willing, we're those elect men, women, and children. You see, because that the 1/3 are gonna see this thing. The ones that are delivered up, and the ones that are mortared, because they're gonna already be on the chariots pursuant to 1 Thessalonians the 4th chapter. We're gonna if you're mortared, you're gonna be caught up with those that are already Salakia. Those that are mortared are gonna already be on the chariots, pursuing the 1 Thessalonians the 4th chapter, because it says, let's just go get it. I'm trying to explain it. Let me just go get it. The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. I'm going to go straight to the point. I just didn't want to butcher this. Let me just start at verse 15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. Right. Which goes into what? Those that are dead. Okay. And remember, there are going to be martyrs. There are going to be those that are decapitated for this truth, for this testimony. Right. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. See? Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them. See? In the clouds, the chariots, to meet the Lord in the air. So like it, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. See that? So the remnant's gonna see. Let's go back. The remnant's going to see this bitch burning, man. Back in the book of Revelation, chapter 15 and verse 2, and it reads, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. Right? That's going to be America burning, man. And them that had gotten the victory over the beast, right? And over his image, evil E, and his system, right? And his M-A-R-K, so like an M-A-R-K. And over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get a little more. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord, power almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Right? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to make good on his word. Yahweh Shai is going to crack these clouds and level you bastards, man. And we know that through the Spirit, us Akiyam and Akwath that truly believe in our power, that have been shown the mysteries and understand the will of our power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. We know our power is coming to visit you for everything that you have done. And we pray that that day comes faster. We pray that that our power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, shortens these days. As a matter of fact, let me close out here. Let's close out right here. Back in the book of 2nd Esdras. The 2nd chapter. In the 3rd verse, 13th verse, 13 and 14, and it reads, go and ye shall receive, pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. See, the kingdom of heaven is already prepared. We just have to play these scenes out in the movie. Lord willing, we're that elect that are caught up in the air in those chariots and beamed up out of here, man. Lord willing, we're those men, women, and children. And we're watching. Us Akiyam that have been endowed with the Spirit, right? We are watching. We are watching closely. We're watching at the signs of the times. Because we understand through the prophecy, measuring the times through prophecy is how we know what times we're in. And we know we're at the end. It's just a matter of time for these prophecies to be fulfilled. Right? Let's get a little more. Verse 14, take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces. See, this is the end game for the devil. This is the end game for you heathens, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces and created the good. For I live, saith the Lord. And this is what we have to look forward to, Akiyam and Akwa. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is on his way. You know, so this damn devil doing all manners of wickedness. You know, he has all these diabolical plans, right? He's gonna pursue this fourth industrial revolution by means of creating chaos. guess what? At the end of the day, we understand that it's all of the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. In efforts to bring in the kingdom of heaven. In efforts to bring in the kingdom. This place has to be unsown. Matter of fact, I didn't get that. Let me close out there. Let me finish that. I had jumped to another precept. I had jumped to I forgot where I went. But let me go back here. Let me get that in second Esdras block here. What's that? Salakia. Golly. That was working now. Second Esdras 4, and I believe I didn't get 29. I didn't get 29. I had jump off of 28. I had grabbed the precept. I had grabbed that Job 21. Let's close out here. The book of second Esdras chapter 4 and verse 29, and it reads, if therefore, see, this place must be flipped inside out. We need the destruction. Right? Those of us, Akiyam and Akwaf, we understand that. Right? Let's get this. The book of 2nd Esdras chapter 4 and verse 29, it reads, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, right? Babylon the Great, and the vibration of the world for that matter. Right? Being that this place is the hem of the earth, and the vibration of Babylon stems out to the four corners of the earth, right? Then can it not come that is sown with good, the kingdom of heaven. See, so we need all hell to break loose. We need Esau to bring his cyber attack, right? We need you to bring that CHIP, bring that micro CHIP. Stop hesitating. Hey, we trying to go home. Hey, lock in Akiyam and Akwath. We almost out of here. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath were edified. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halaliam La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom.